Bum bum! Yeah, welcome, welcome. It is I, your boy TJ Taurai Jack, and yeah, we out and about. No, we're not out and about, but we are talking about property today. And like any other day, we bring it out to you and we talk about it. But today, I actually wanted us to talk about something that happened yesterday. So yesterday I was out at a place and one of my boys, he's done a development. So he took a piece of land and that land is around about 2,500 squares and he went on to subdivide it. Within the subdivision, he subdivided them to be five pieces of land. So all of them, everyone can kind of like own their own piece of land. And what he went on to do is he then went on to develop a property, each property. So what did he do? Bought a land for around about R1 million, and on top of that, he then subdivided. So I don't know how much it costed him. Maybe let's say 50, 100,000. Let's just say 100,000, right? And so he's all in now, let's say for 1.1, right? And he's now built on top of the same piece of land. He now built five pieces of units. These units here are exquisite, right? They are good. They are top of the range in my view. You know, it's not like Zama Zama 1 million rand properties. No, he's selling these properties for 2.3 million rand, nothing less than 2.3 million rand. And he's spending at least around about 1.5 million on each property. So if you do the maths there, you can see that this guy is making some money. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about something that I discovered on the same property when I was actually shooting this journey. And he said to me, TJ, actually, of my five units, four of them have been sold off. And I said, wow, and you haven't even finished developing? He says, yes. And the one property that I had, which was the first property that I built, which was a shore house. Actually, what happened was that these guys had gone on holiday somewhere in Germany, hala hala, and they came back, young couple, let's just say they're in their mid 20s. They came back to South Africa, they got married, and upon being married, their father, right? I don't know whether this was the man's father or the wife's father, but the point is that these two are now married. Their father bought them the house, 2.3 million. So hold on. This surprised me at many at different types of level because firstly, number one, I don't have a father. Well, I do have a father, but he went to buy bread and he never came back. So I've got a father, right? But my father was never actively in my life. So for that reason, I actually don't know what it feels like to be getting a present from a father. I don't know. I've never received a present from my father. However, this guy here, I know how much my house is, but he gets a present from his father. And it made me to think. It made me to think very deeply around my relationship with my father, which is non existing, and that's okay. But it also made me to think about my relationship with my son and my daughter. And it also made me to think intentionally about if I'm wanting to gift, right? This is a gift. It's not like I owe you, and it's not like you're going to pay me back. And this is a gift. A gift is I'm giving it away to you, and you're going to have it. So I'm not going to take it back. It's a gift, right? So I'm giving it to you, and out of giving it to you, it means that for me to be able to see the value of giving you this gift, number one, potentially we have a very good relationship. Number two is that potentially I have deep love for you. Potentially I want the best of you. Potentially I think that you don't have this, and that's why I am giving it to you. That's what happens, isn't it? When you receive a gift, think of the last time you received a gift. from anyone, any family members, whether it was a birthday present, whether it was, I don't know, whatever that you got as a present. Why did that person give you that present? That's the question that I want to ask of you here. Because I want you to look at yourselves in the son's shoes, and then we're also going to look at the kids' shoes, because we don't know whether it was the husband or the wife. And we want to go back and to talk about the in the father's shoes, because the father is the one that gifted this, right? This is 2.3 million that he gifted them. Now, as a recipient of this, I think that it's a wow present. It really is. Like if you buy me an iPhone, I'll be like, wow. If you buy me flowers, I'll be like, yay. If you buy me a car, I'll be like, whoa. If you buy me a house, imagine what it will do to our relationship. Let's just say we, me and you, we don't know each other. I just happen to buy you a house, like in J house, right? But imagine if we are also related and you buy me a house, the impact that it's got. I can come into your house today and me and you can still have a lekker chop and a dog and drink and whatnot whilst we are in that house. I just want you to give me some comments whilst I'm having this conversation with you on what you think about that, because I really thought that this gift here was a deep gift. But over and above that, how intentionally was this father? And this is where the conversation that I want us to have with you and me today. How intentional was this gift from the father? And and this is not just about the father. I'm also of the view that obviously if the father has got this child, he is also married. And if he's married, he does have a wife. Or maybe if they're divorced, it doesn't matter. The point that I'm driving here is that for him to be having this child, he had a partner at a point. So let's assume the father and the mother are still alive and both of them are still together, which meant that the mother and the father had a vision to say when our child reaches a certain age, this is what we're going to give them. This is like this stuff doesn't happen overnight, guys. I mean, this is I think that for me, this is what I'm trying to get to. This stuff doesn't happen overnight. That's number one. So they had the vision to say this is what we want to do. Number two, they had to work it out. I don't know what profession that their father does, and I don't care. But the point is that over his period of working, he had something that he wanted to pass on to his children, that is going to leapfrog his kids, potentially into his grandkids. This is what we're talking about, generational impact, guys. So with that, he then goes on and he buys this house. Now, let's come back to they thought about it, they had a vision around it, they acted intentionally, and they then pulled the trigger at the right time, which is a pinnacle time of anyone's life, getting married. If you're getting married and then all of a sudden you get a fridge for a present, all of a sudden you get a trip to, when I remember one of my cousins got us a present to go to on a holiday vacation. When I got married, it meant quite a lot to me because I'd never been on such kind of a holiday before. But this time around, you're getting house, a house that is 2.3 worth. Come on, guys. Now, the question that I now want to ask of you, and that's the same question that I'm asking myself. What are we doing to set our kids up for success to the next generation? I'm no different. I've got kids. One of my kids is 12. The other one is 6. Well, 5 going to 6. And the same thinking, this made me think, it probed my thinking. And I'm like, what am I doing to jumpstart my kids? And for me, this was a deeper conversation that my wife and I are intrigued, are having, and are wanting to implement. And I pray we're going to implement soon. So I'm not talking here, talking to you to say, hey, you need to look at this guy. No, this is a conversation that is in here as much as it is in your head, as much as I'm sharing it with you. I'm also sharing it to myself because I'm just thinking I've got maybe about 10 years to make it right for my boy because my boy is 12. By the time he's 22, who knows, he might get married at 22, but I need to be ready at that time. Because if he does get married at 22, yes, he could be young, but the fact of the matter is that he'll be able to marry at that time if he wants to. Can I gift him a house? Can I gift him something that's going to propel him? Can I gift him a business? Can I gift him something that's going to change his course of life so that he doesn't need to work hard? He doesn't need to work for money, but he can work in the things that he loves to do. That's the point. So with that, I just want to leave it there and say to you guys, I don't know what you guys think about it, but I put it on my personal page, when I found out, and to me it was really mind blowing. But if you have never started, and you're wondering why am I going on about this property thing, in the link in the comments below, I've got a link where you can start to learn about property. So I'm doing property at the moment, but I'm not at the level where I'm like, I can gift my son a property. I'm not at that level yet. Potentially I can do it with a one bed, two bath, but I'm just thinking the same level of a good quality three bed, two bath, where potentially I can go in and I can sleep and I'm like, son, I just came to visit you and I know you got a three bed. Can I just come in and, lie down for 2 nights? I'm just visiting you and it's totally comfortable with me. Because even some of you right now, you potentially have your parents with and can't even go and sleep with your own parents' house because you're thinking you're at a different level now. Or there isn't enough room for you to actually sleep there anymore. And the other way around, where you are staying wherever you're staying, your parents can't even come and visit you and things like that. And I'm glad and I'm fortunate that the Lord has taken me from that level because my old mom stays with me now and she's comfortable at the pace that she is at now. But the thinking still is there. How best can you improve your life today? And if it's important to you, you need to start now. And starting now means learning. Starting now means being inquisitive. And that's why for me, I like to visit all these places because I get to see do different things. And I ask myself, can I not do it? Can I do it better? Why can I not maybe buy 2 to 3 houses for my son and for my daughter? Why can I not? And this is what it's all about on the show where we talk about just thinking things differently and looking at what other people are doing without even putting in the lens of they're white, I'm black. They've got money, I don't have money. Remove all that thinking in your head and start working on yourself to move from where you are to the next time. And if you're one of those people that I want to say, TJ, I just want to start, cool, start. Because today, with what I have today, I might not be doing awesome things like what this guy has done for his kids, but I've moved from ground poverty to be owning a business, to be having tenants, to be having students accommodation, to be owning blocks of flats and things like that, to be writing books. And I've just, yeah, I removed my blocker, but I see that sometimes there is that blocker that comes through, like this blocker here that I'm talking about, where you can buy your kids a house. It was a mental blocker because I've never seen it in my space, but now I'm aware of it. So now I'm not thinking about it. How can I do it? The more you think about it and the more you ask yourself the questions on how can you do it, this year with action, it will give you the results that you're looking for. My name is TJ. It's been great hanging out with you. We'll check you out on the next videos, and I'm trusting that you're going to have a great time. It is coming into a Saturday.